They're two big Mastiff breeds that pull on a lead.
They're technically a bonded pair.
It's going to be really difficult for people to manage that don't know how to overcome that.
All the dogs deserve a loving home.
So it's a really quite unique challenge. This is Coco and Hooch. Hooch is the big boy. Coco is this girl here who's desperate for a fuss off me, aren't you, girl? Yes. They are brother and sister Dog de Bordeaux's. Really, really sweet dogs. Their story is absolutely heartbreaking, if I'm honest.
When the Dog de Bordeaux came into the kennels, the situation was basically a relationship breakdown. The dogs weren't even a year old.
When they broke up, neither of them wanted both of them, so they gave them up to a rescue centre together.
So it wasn't that the dogs had done anything wrong, the behaviour wasn't a problem.
They're now 9 years old, which means they've been in a rescue centre for like 8 years. Nobody wants them because they're a bonded pair. The rescue centre want to rehome them together. They're big mastiffs, and nobody's been willing to give them a chance and take that on. My first impressions of these guys was joy, if I'm being honest. I'm not exaggerating with that. They are amazing dogs.
Lovely, lovely natured dogs. Not what the first impressions could give most people. And they're very social, very accepting, beautiful dogs.
The reason I took them on was, if I'm being completely honest, I felt really sorry for them. It broke my heart when I heard their story.
Interesting.
Their barking in the kennel didn't concern me at all. I knew exactly what it was, and I knew that if we get them out of that environment here, where it's not their territory, they've got no need to bark, they're going to be able just to be themselves and have fun. And watching them just have the opportunity in my paddock just to run and play was, again, just sheer joy. Really sweet, lovely mastiffs that had 2 minutes of just sheer joy of running around in an open space. That was my first experience of just completely remembering why I absolutely love Mastiff breeds. In terms of the behaviour issues that they were having, the obvious one was their pulling. They're two big Mastiff breeds that pull on a lead. Like I say, that's going to be really difficult for people to manage that don't know how to overcome that.
They've not got the best lead manners, or they didn't have, early days. They were very much they want to go where they want to go. So a typical Mastiff independence, really.
That's literally what I built my career on, really. I knew that would be not a problem for me. I'd get them walking beautifully on a loose lead really, really easily. My potential concern was around the fact that they're siblings. They've been together for years. They share a kennel together. They've been referred to as a bonded pair. So I was concerned that we'd have separation anxiety issues.
Hooch is definitely the more confident of the two dogs. He's quite content to walk on his own, whereas Coco enjoys his company a lot more. Not that she's a nervous dog, she just gets a lot of comfort from him being around and draws some confidence from him.
I was going into this with the expectation and belief, and that was kind of confirmed quite quickly that they have very little training. Yes, this is what I want to see. And she doesn't want to move, she just digs her heels in. So no, there was no real foundations for me to build on. It was literally a clean slate with a 9-year-old bonded pair of Mastiffs. It was a really quite unique challenge. The main strategies that have given these guys a lot of success is a lot of lead handling work. Having been in a rescue centre for so many years, there's a very good chance that they've been taken in and out of kennels by potentially hundreds of people. So it's pretty much as bad as it could have been in terms of their lack of consistency with lead handling, which means there is absolutely no communication pathway through this lead with these guys when they came in.
I've never seen a dog with less engagement in my life.
So the main focus was going to be around lead handling skills. And we did that through lots of work with things like my tune-up drill, lots of work with things like my Magic Green Circle game, lots of kind of more advanced handling skills and advanced communication skills.
Differences I've noticed with the dogs since they've come back from the training, they seem more content. They're quite chilled, quite happy, generally resting. They seem a lot more enthused to get out of the kennel and go for a walk. So yeah, it's definitely been a positive impact on them, 100%.
The breakthrough moment in their training for both of them was probably that first tune-up drill.
Yeah, good girl, that was the one. That was the moment I was looking for.
It's such a key part of my training process for a reason. It's one of the reasons that every single dog, whether I'm working on lead handling skills or not, I start with my tune-up drill all the time. Once you've got a dog that sees you as a loving leader, once you've got a dog that's looking up to you for guidance and direction and wants to follow that guidance and direction, that's then an easy dog to train. When you get dogs like this, very common with Dog de Bordeaux's, is that they're not that food driven, especially in a training context. They'd rather, why bother sitting? I could just lie down and chill. Like, no, I don't want to sit for a treat, mate. It's too much hard work. Like, that's kind of how they are. So you're not going to get mad levels of kind of obedience repetitions in. What they love though is they love to please. And both of these, especially my mate Hooch, the big boy, love a scratch behind the ear. So I can start to shape a heel position by drawing him in with my hand when he gets into the heel position, just how you would lure them with food and then mark and reward with the food, mark and then reward with a scratch behind the ear. I might get 2 or 3 repetitions out of that in a training session, whereas with a Labrador, I might get 100 using food, but we still made progress. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Lovely. It's the same process. It's just understanding the dogs, what it is that they find desirable, and then using that to your advantage. And that let us have solid levels of success with both these guys. I'll help with place training, I'll help with crate training, I'll help with loose lead walking. With those few things and somebody that can just give these guys a little bit of love, what you'll get in return for hopefully the next few years is laughter every day, joy every day, dogs that want to love on you so deeply it's unreal every single day. And what's amazing is that they're on a little bit of medication for older dogs, but all the medication that they're currently on, anybody that's willing to give these guys kind of their retirement home, the rescue will continue providing that medication that they're already on.
I think the ideal home or family for these 2 dogs would be somebody who's got breed experience or large breed experience, ideally Mastiff, Dog de Bordeaux. Some space, they don't need big walks. It's more about somebody that wants a couple of companions that they'd be happy to kind of care for and be cared for by them and have that loving interaction.
Yes, they're Mastiffs. Yes, they need maybe a bit more space, but as long as you have space to pop a couple of crates and then a decent sized garden, that's all they need. And then it just needs somebody that would be willing to give these guys just somewhere to snooze that isn't a concrete metal kennel. That's what they need. Now guys, if you're interested in giving these amazing Dog de Bordeaux's a forever home, there will be a link in the description box below that gives you all the information that you need to know. But if you're curious about how I'm able to help these dogs at my sanctuary, giving them completely free training and then offering completely free training and support for their forever homes and managing that transition, it's all because of my academy. And I want to thank you guys for supporting it. At my academy, our main 2 courses, the Perfect Puppy course, helps people get it right first time round. Then my Perfect Canine Companion course is designed for people with dogs over 6 months old that are struggling with their dogs, be able to turn it round and help them become perfect canine companions, just like what I do at my sanctuary with these dogs. So if you're interested in learning more about those things, there'll be a link in the description box below as well. But I just want to say thank you, because it's your support in my academy that allows me to fulfill my lifelong dream of being able to work with these rescue dogs that have been stuck in shelters for years or are at risk of euthanasia. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed following along with the journey with these wonderful Dog de Bordeaux's, and let's hopefully find them their forever home.